Now, he may not be winning on the economy, but President Obama, he's putting Romney on the defensive on a host of smaller issues. We have Neil King in Washington, D.C. to tell us a little bit about this. Now, let's just start with the obvious, which is the bane of Romney's existence at this point. Bane. I mean, this is an issue where Obama just keeps sort of hammering home at Romney and seems to be winning with potential voters.
You know, this is, they've been very tenacious on this front, the Obama campaign. They first came out a month and a half ago or so on this front and were kind of rebuffed, and a lot of Democrats recoiled a bit from it, and they've stuck to it. And it's been, you know, they've dominated the conversation on a whole variety of fronts. They've put Romney on the defensive, not only on the bane and the core of his resume, his political resume, but also on the whole tax returns front, which is going to be something we're going to hear a lot about going through the rest of the summer. Will he release more tax returns? Why won't he release more tax returns? What's he hiding? Right. And then there have been all these other kind of positive niche things, gay marriage, Obamacare, which they've really embraced, the whole immigration issue that they've put out there and, you know, rallied around, which has also kind of put Romney off his own message.
Let's talk about the tax rates that you know, President Obama has teed up. I mean, he basically has said that he thinks that the low tax rates should be extended for middle-class taxpayers, while taxes should be raised on families making over $250,000 a year. Now, there's even been some discrepancy in his own party about whether this $250,000 a year benchmark is too low. Some Democrats think it should be $1 million. Nevertheless, a new survey out shows that basically about 2 to 1 Americans like this concept of his. Is this just because it's an easy message to sell, Neil? You know, don't raise taxes on the middle class, tax the rich, and who can argue with that if you're not in the 1%?
Well, this is an act of repackaging, a great one on Obama's part, because it goes back. He had exactly the same position when he ran 4 years ago, when everybody was talking about what should happen to the Bush-era tax rates. He rolled it out again last week. He wants to keep them for anybody under $250,000. It fits in with this whole, I'm about the middle class and we need to keep this fair society, and it allows him to then portray Republicans, but particularly Romney, as somebody that is very intent on wanting to raise taxes for the upper income brackets. And as the Pew poll that you mentioned shows, there's a large portion, about a quarter of people, who don't think this matters either way, but you take those out and then the preponderance of the people think this would make the tax system more fair or be better for the economy. So it's, at least at the moment, it looks to be a pretty astute move by the president, even if in the end Democrats give in and they make it $1 million or they extend
right.
all of them in the end.
And Neil, I mean, obviously even another issue, the announcement by Obama that the administration would stop deporting the children of illegal aliens, provided that those children were being educated or had graduated high school and basically stayed out of trouble. Obviously appealing with the Hispanic base, but it seemed to also resonate within the rest of the country as well. Is that correct?
You know, it has. I mean, this has been a really fascinating aspect to the Obama campaign, where they've very markedly gone out and picked particular policy initiatives, or in this case, something that they will stop doing, essentially. Niche kind of marketing various things in order to move electoral votes here and there. And this is one instance where the polls have shown that it's not only very popular, like you said, among Hispanics in pretty dramatic ways, it seems, at the moment, but it hasn't stirred up a lot of opposition elsewhere and has had a kind of general positive influence even in other parts of the electorate beyond the Hispanic vote. Yeah,
also just a little bit of nickel and diming of Romney at every corner, I mean, not succeeding necessarily on the economy, the biggie, but coming at him from other angles. It probably doesn't help, too, that there's a Batman movie coming out this weekend where the main villain is named Bane, spelled differently, but, they couldn't have worked that out better.